How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to yet another weekly warehouse update. Got a bunch of new stuff, a bunch of restocks happening this week. But first, I'm gonna show you about some custom stuff. So first off, we have the In the Bag Pig. So this is a brand new stamp. If you're a fan of the podcast, this is Wonder Bread, which is sick. But let me get you one, you can see the stamp a little better. If you know the podcast, you know it. If you don't know the podcast, you don't know it. But then go listen to the podcast and you know it, because if it's good, you'll be able to finish the sentence. But Pigs zones are coming next week. So this is kind of the Pig versus Zone rivalry, right? If you're Team Robbie, Team Pig, get in now. You know, let your voice be heard. We do know how many of all these we bought, so we will know which one's actually more popular. So Team Robbie, let your voice be heard this week. Team Brad, zones next week. So kind of a little head-to-head going on within the podcast. I heard, now this is just from me, but I heard that whichever one sells more, the loser has to shave their beard, clean shaven. So it's gonna be crazy. You're not gonna miss it. Right, Brad?
Did not agree to that.
He said he fully agreed to it and is super excited to do it. Robbie's also on the same boat. No one agreed to that, just to be clear. That's like the time Brody made me shave my head because he put it in a Twitter poll. And I ended up with bleach blonde hair. Anyways, I'm also rocking a brand new t-shirt. Trevor's gonna be wearing the other one, but a little foundation logo front, and then one of my all-time favorite designs on the back here. Trevor will show you the other one when we get to his turn to talk, but these are dropping, and we also have the shirt designs that are on the back. So mine says it's all or nothing. Trevor's, you'll see, as flags as well. So if you're looking for a way to decorate your garage, your office, your man cave, whatever, you can also get some sick foundation flags. But let's jump into some other disc releases.
Got a little selection of Trilogy I want to talk about here. Firstly, the new Vanguard. Now the disc here is not new, but it's now in Color Glow Sea Line, which is an awesome plastic from Discmania. If you haven't thrown the Vanguard, the original ones that came out were in that opaque S-line, like swirl S-line plastic. Now they have in the Color Glow Sea Line. You could expect maybe a little more overstable. These are already in the previous plastic. They were like a slightly overstable, longer distance fairway, kind of like a Thunderbird from Innova. I expect these ones will have just a little bit more bite to them potentially, and they feel great. They have a little give to them, and the Color Glow Sea Line I think is one of their best plastics. So make sure to check those out. We only have a few of those left since they dropped earlier in the week. Some other Trilogy I want to mention, some really great beginner discs. Firstly, we have some diamonds back in stock. One of my favorite beginner drivers, probably my all-time favorite beginner driver. Super easy to throw, but also really fun if you're a more advanced player and you're looking for something that is super shapeable, you can throw with not a ton of power and get to do a lot of different flights. I love the diamond. And then I want to talk about the Zero Gravity. If you didn't check this out last time we had it in stock, we've got 3 molds of it here as well. This is the Fuse. We've got the Pure once again, and then Saints as well, a driver. But basically this is their lightest plastic ever. Let me give you an example. This Fuse is 126 grams, okay? So if you're somebody who maybe has a young child who's getting into disc golf, or somebody who's really, really old and can't really move super fast anymore, or you're just super beginner and you haven't been able to make discs fly really well yet, this is gonna be very, very forgiving. These are understable molds that are now in a very light plastic. They do not take barely any speed to get moving, and I would encourage you to give these a try, even if it seems like something that's for the beginners. If you haven't been able to get a lot of distance or really see the disc fly the way you want to, this is a great place to start. And if you're getting somebody into the sport, like I said, especially those who are younger, I think this really appeals. These are perfect for them, and I think it's a really cool thing that Latitude's doing, because I think you should be able to have that lighter weight stuff because it is useful for some people. So that's what we got going on in Trilogy.
All right, now over the next week, we're gonna have a pretty much full Innova restock, lots of Halo, lots of their new plastic, lots of their new star stamps, a lot of fun stuff. But these are the molds that are up for sure right now. There actually might even be more up by the time you're seeing this, but for right now, I'm gonna go over some of the molds that are they're on the site. You can find these, but if you go to the Innova collection, and if you're an Innova thrower, you can already check the site and see if there's some other ones that you missed, and you can check the site throughout the week, and you might just stumble on some stuff. But we'll just go left to right here. We're gonna kick it off with a little beast action. Halo Star Beasts here. It looks like as we get farther down, we've got some stock Star Beast. The Beast is a phenomenal disc. Sometimes people get scared of it because of the flight numbers. There's a 10.5 -2.2. They think it's going to be flippy. It does not start flippy. Beast a lot of times can start like just a hair less stable than like a PD or a Thunderbird, and then they beat into hyzer flip dream discs. They go so far. Very, very underrated disc. You know, honestly, I don't know why I don't throw it. We also have some Blizzard Champ Beast. Look at the new Blizzard Champ stamp. That's sick. See, what's confusing to me here, I'm gonna get on my soapbox for a second. Do we have any of the new Star stuff? We do. Okay, look, this is what's confusing to me. Their new Champ plastic, right? Sick, love that stamp. Looks really professional, looks clean, you have the signature down there. Love it, great change, 10 out of 10. New Blizzard stamp, where did it just go? It's in my hand. 10 out of 10, gorgeous, look at that thing. You know, they added the ring on it, the Blizzard Champ, you have the bubbles to it, you know, the beast is in there, the flight numbers, everything. This looks way better than their old one, right? And then they go and try to add full stamps to Star. What are we doing? You're screaming professional everywhere else, and the plastic that your professionals love the most, you're going DX?
You don't know who you're selling to.
I'm selling to me.
That's great.
I'm selling to me. Because look, I love this stuff. I don't know, just something to think about. If you don't like the new Star stamp like me, get in on the beast now. They still have the old professional. This is gonna be the collectors are gonna want this stuff, right? The old heads in disc golf, this is what they're gonna want. So money, 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 money. You can hold on to this. It's gonna be worth something down the line unless Innova wisens up and switches back. But good news, where they should be having fun, they are having fun. Halo, a lot of fun to throw and to look at. All right, Hunter's back off his soapbox and we're back into the Wraith. We have the old plastic or old Champ Wraiths here, old stamps and new stamps. You can kind of pick your poison there. Champ Wraiths, we got the Star Wraiths here. Really good feeling Star Wraith. The Wraith actually is what a lot of people should be throwing when they're throwing destroyers instead. We also have some G-Star Wraiths. G-Star is one of my all-time favorite plastics, but the Wraith will fly for you. See, this is the old Blizzard stamp, new Blizzard stamp. Look at that. Fun. The Wraith will fly for you like what you kind of always hope a destroyer will. If it's not quite doing it for you, you can't quite get that turn, you know, it's dumping out a little too early, pick up a Wraith. Chances are that's the solution. It'll go pretty much just as far, way easier to get to flip, way more comfortable forehand for a lot of people too. So if you aren't quite a destroyer guy, you can't quite figure it out, go to the Wraith. Next down the line, we have the Atlas, very underrated disc, the Champ Atlas Overmold. This disc is very much point and shoot. I don't know why more people don't love it. It was kind of overmold before overmold was cool. I know back in the day, Paul messed around with it a little bit, but there's a lot of players that actually threw the Atlas. I'm trying to remember any of them, but I just remember putting it in my bag a few different times because I saw pros throw it, and I was always very impressed when it was in my bag. Just point and shoot, dead straight, a lot of fun. Champ Atlases actually used to be hard to come by. Then we have the all-time classic, the Rock, the DX Rock here. If you're looking for a mid where you're like, look, I just want to have one mid, I want to have 6 of them in my bag, and I want them to go from overstable to flippy, this is your disc, because it starts overstable, it beats into flippy. You can cycle them. We also have some Glow DX rocks. That's sick. And then I'm guessing back here is the Star Rock. So premium plastic rocks also used to be very hard to come by back in my day. You basically could only get them at like USDGC. It was very hard to come by premium plastic rocks, or you could get like San Marino Star rocks and stuff like that. But now, stock Star rocks, very fun. We also have the classic grid AVR, my all-time favorite AVR. This was basically back in the day the story behind this disc, why I fell in love with it. I'm saying a lot of back in the day because I have a lot of great memories with Innova. Is the McPro AVR came out, and I discovered that it was just this AVR. And then I was like, oh, this one looks sick, classic AVR. And then I putted with these so that I didn't have to spend like 20 some bucks on a putter. Fun story. They also now have Halo Star AVRs for throwing. Oh my goodness, they're gorgeous. Look at it. It still has the grid in the background. Really comfortable. Great run of Halo Star there actually too. Point and shoot, dead straight. The Halo plastic actually gonna be a little bit overstable, but you're gonna love that. And then the Savant, one of the most underrated Innova discs. If you want a slightly beat up Thunderbird, this is your disc. I don't know why more people aren't throwing it. It literally just is a Thunderbird with a little bit of turn. It has a very similar hand feel, very similar look. It's incredible. We have it in Halo and in Star plastic, so Halo Star and Star. And then the Rat. This disc got a bad reputation because when it came out, everyone thought it was going to be Innova's zone replacement, which ended up being the Toro down the line. And so therefore people tried it, didn't like it because they had preconceived notions about what it was going to be. Maybe also because it was called a Rat. But what it is actually is it's kind of like what I use my ESP zone for. It's just very straight. Like it's a good, very comfortable feeling, low profile putter that's gonna go dead straight and have a little bit of fade. So don't be expecting the zone, don't be expecting to crank over on it and have it flex. Be expecting a really beat up approach disc where you can just rip it hard, flat, it goes dead straight. maybe has a little bit of fade, but not that much. That's what the Rad is. So I think the reason the Rad isn't more popular is because when it came out, everyone thought it was going to be a zone. It's not a zone, it's a Rad. There you have it. And like I said, the rest of the Innova restock is gonna be coming soon, but these molds are up now.
What up? All right, back here, wanted to show off some Clash. If you didn't see it, we just did a Clash only video on our YouTube channel that came out yesterday. So let me run you through a couple molds I love from Clash that we threw in that video as well. For starters, the popcorn, we threw a lot of popcorns. One of their straight putters they've got here, this one's a nice Heidi Lane, or Line, I believe it's pronounced. Tour Series in the Sunny Plastic. I really like the Sunny Plastic. It's one of their stiffer ones. And yeah, great straight flying putter. Flew through those all over the place. You also probably saw us throw some of the Tone Plastic. We've got a Tone Cookie right here. This is their new underneath the disc technology. It's like under mold technology is, I guess, what you could call it. Really, really neat. Also, I love that you can see through. A lot of them, they do stuff like that. That's really, really cool. One of their signature discs, as always, is the Mint. If you haven't thrown the Mint, it's like a straighter overstable approach disc. So yeah, think about like a zone and then something that pushes a little more. Like once you beat in a zone, it kind of flies like that. Love the Mint. We have that in baseline as well. Another awesome disc that they do have, we have a couple left of these, are the Spice. This was actually originally a collab with Eric Oakley to create this disc, to kind of make one of his go-to forehand discs, and I think it's really, really underrated. I've bagged this a number of times. I have one in my bag at the moment, and for a 10-speed, it doesn't have a ton of glide. It really has a lot of overstability to it, but not like, you can get a good flex out of it. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It doesn't dump when it fades, but it also isn't gonna push forward a ton and go further than your target. Like, it works well as an approaching forehand disc because it doesn't over glide, but it also isn't super uselessly overstable. It's just kind of a slower disc that you can throw like S shots with, but it still has the rim of a 10-speed and it's a comfortable feel in the hand. It's a pretty unique flying disc. I don't feel like I've thrown a lot like the Spice, but I really enjoy it, and I think it's great for those forehand and backhand hyzer. I throw a lot of flat backhands or hyzers with it as well. So yeah, we'd make sure to check out the Clash. Other thing I had to mention, Hunter alluded to earlier, I am wearing the other new shirt we're dropping. This one says, "Building your game since 2019" on the back. Pretty cool design. This is actually one of my favorites we've done. We have it in a few different colors, and like Hunter said, we also have a flag that has that back logo on it as well. So make sure to check out the new shirts we're dropping, because we're constantly dropping new shirts now. All
right, listen, the cat is out of the bag for our monthly subscription box. We partnered with the Dyers Guild to provide you with an emergency dye kit and then 3 different discs that I'm gonna walk you through for you to dye. And then we're gonna do something fun. We're actually gonna dye a disc and then reveal it on next week's Weekly Warehouse. But the 3 discs are, you have a blank top Innova disc of some variety. This one happens to be a Destroyer. I think there were some Wraiths in there. There's a bunch of different other discs. Then you have a clear zone. This is the one, actually I wanna pick out my stamp here. I'm gonna pick out, I'm gonna do the Discraft foil. This is what I'm about to dye, which is this clear Z zone here. That's gonna be fun. That's a 167. There we go. And then you have the Mint Bobcat, which I think I don't know what they call their glow plastic, but this is a nocturnal Bobcat. So it's glow Bobcat. The Bobcat is kind of like a Quake, maybe slightly more overstable than a Quake, but it's a faster zone realistically. It's like a 5 or 6 speed. No, not 6, 5 speed. So nice, fast, overstable with the Birdie or Die, the name of the box on it. So you get 3 premium discs plus the swag item, which this month's swag item is over here on the table. So I used the Dyers Guild technique. There's a little card in here that has a QR code that'll show you the video on how to do it. You also get your can of shaving cream, and I'm using his technique. So what we're gonna do here is we have a little red and a little blue dye. We're gonna make our bed, we're gonna set the zone, and then you'll be able to see next week. Don't wanna get my finger in there, because from what I understand, a little dye goes a very long way. Spoiler alert, I'm going to do more than a little bit of dye. Mainly because I want my disc to be very dyed. Okay, I like that for the red. This is the red dye here. All right, we're just gonna, yeah, I like that. I think that's a good start there. And then we're gonna do the Sonic Blue is the other dye color I have here. I don't know if everyone has the same colors or if everyone has the same colors.
That sucker's gonna be dark.
Yeah, I like the idea of this coming out with a lot of dye on it.
It's gonna. Mine was not nearly that concentrated. I think that spot there is gonna be brighter than the sun.
See, that's also the fun of dyeing is like, this looks like nothing to me right now, but
You'll be able to see.
now we're gonna take it and we're gonna push and twist. Push and twist. Everyone has that with me? Push and twist. There's so much pressure here.
Not really.
Did he give you us a stance?
That looks
Is there an
perfect.
official
You're
dyer
actually
stance?
doing it like textbook.
Okay.
Ooh. Whoa!
Yeah, baby. Come on.
Sick because you can see it through.
Okay, that could turn out incredible.
I think that the clear one should be the first one you dye because you can get an idea of it.
Yeah, look at that, huh? And we're just gonna leave that, and yeah, we'll show you next week what it looks like. But there's still a few of these left on the site. You can get this month's box if you get in on June, but each month you get 3 premium discs plus a swag item for $45 shipped to your door. This month happens to be the Dyers Guild, shout out to them, Birdie or Die box. So if you've always wanted to dye discs, this is a great introduction to it. So in addition to that, another thing that I want to announce this week, super excited, some of you already know about it, but we officially have an app. That's right, you can head over to the App Store or the Google App Store, whichever phone you have. You can search Foundation Disc Golf, and you can find our app, and the app is the home of all things Foundation. So you can watch our videos on there, you can listen to podcasts on there, and of course, you can shop the site on there. And what's super cool about the app is it actually, in my opinion, is a little bit easier way to navigate the site on your phone. We're able to send you push notifications for brand new disc releases. We're actually gonna be able to go live in the app. Stay tuned soon for a fun live stream, and also app exclusive sales that will be coinciding with said live stream. So you have to have the app to get in on the sales. And in addition to all of that, there's also a wish list feature, which is also gonna be very important for next weekend. You'll pay attention, you'll hear about that later. But there's a wish list feature where if you see a disc that you kind of like, you aren't really sure about, but you want to save for later, you can actually heart it, add it to your wish list, and then whenever you're ready to check out, whenever your birthday comes and your grandma gives you that gift card to foundationdisc.com, then you can go into the app and already have your cart basically loaded from the wish list. So all that and more is available through the app. We're super excited about all the doors this open. So again, you can just head to your app store, head over to the Google Play app, search Foundation Disc Golf, and if you already have the app and you already love it, so many people have been texting me, DMing me saying the app's sick, they love it, it's been working well, leave us a 5-star review. That way more people can hear about the app and more people can download it and more people can enjoy what we all enjoy here at Foundation. But I'm gonna throw it to Trevor to close out the video.
All right, last thing I want to show off is just our accessories once again. Like I said, make sure to check out the apparel section. Keep your eye on that. We've got 2 new shirts dropping today, and we have constantly new apparel dropping. Also want to mention, if you've missed it, we have a bunch of new chalk bags. I'll show you a couple here. We've got a Grip Locked and a Tour Life, but we have a bunch of new ones that we just got. It's really heating up. I don't know what part of the country you live in, but here it's been like 90 degrees and higher for the last 10 days, and it's gonna continue to be. You gotta have these to keep your hands dry. It helps a ton out there on the course. Believe me, it makes a wild difference. Another thing we have, Crazy Caddy Pro. If you didn't see our video where we played with the Crazy Caddies, these are a blast. Okay, you basically spin this dial here and it putts to like choose your shot. You can have like putter forehand, thumber, roller backhand, throw 2, use your worst shot. It's like sort of like Ripped Revenge, but I guess a more simplified version of it. And it clips right on your bag, and it's a fun little pin as well. We love playing with these. They're a lot of fun. So make sure to check those out. I also want to mention in the chalk sacks, we have these right now that Trilogy makes. They look like a piece of pizza. I mean, you got the crust on this side and then the cheese and the pepperoni. This is like my favorite thing ever. I absolutely love these. So yeah, I just wanted to highlight them because honestly though, the problem is they're a little too realistic. They make me hungry. So get these at your own risk, but I love it. I love when they make them look like different objects with the chalk bags. Also just want to shout out, if you haven't checked out our newest hat that we released, these are like what we call our college hats, but they're a really nice hat, 5-panel. We still have all 3 colors in stock, but the stock is starting to lower, so make sure to check these out if you haven't yet. We wear them all the time. We've got wristbands, we've got Rip Revenge decks, we've got towels, patches, everything you could possibly want, and like I said, the new apparel as well. And if you're looking for more of a performance hat, we do have our performance trucker hat in stock right now as well. Here's the blue one. These are super, super nice hats. A lot more breathable for the summer months if you're planning on playing disc golf in them for sure. So yeah, make sure to check out all the accessories and apparel on the site. And that's it for the weekly warehouse preview. Remember, download that app. You're not going to want to miss out on the Foundation Disc Golf app. It's going to be all things Foundation there. And we have something really exciting coming up for the app users next week. So stay tuned for that as well. And we'll see you next Friday.